Hello, and welcome to Talking to Food Safety Professionals. My name is Dr. Jennylynd James, and I'm a food scientist with over 25 years of experience in the industry. With me today is Jyoti Sahasrabudhe, and Jyoti is the president of Sahasrabudhe and Associates. Jyoti has over 40 years of experience in the industry, so we are very excited to speak with you today.
Thank you, Jennylynd.
Now, our topic is continuous improvement in food safety. We are going to look at food processing sites, those sites that handle food, and what is required for continuous improvement. So, Jyoti, give us some of your ideas on this topic.
So continuous improvement is one of the foundations of any global food safety initiative food program.
Yes.
So companies that have certificates, either for BRCGS, SQF, FSSC 22000, or similar standards, are required to look at continuous improvement on an ongoing basis, obviously continuous improvement. One of the ways they can do that is by looking at the non-conformances that are assessed by a certified auditor.
Yes.
The auditor does explain what the site does well and where they can improve. And so it's on the site to look at what went wrong and why it went wrong.
Right.
So to look at the root cause of the action, of the issue, pardon me.
Yes.
And so they do a very weak dive into the non-conformance. For example, they say that person wasn't listening. And so what we really want to find out is more, right? Root cause should never be attributed to a person.
Exactly.
It is really supposed to be a system. So, for example, if we find somebody that is not doing what they should do, and we say, oh, that person needs more training.
Yes.
So that's just to train them isn't a good enough action. Why was their training not sufficient?
Exactly.
If indeed they did have training? Was the training delivered by someone who wasn't a good trainer? Because as we know, some people can do something really well, but they're not a good trainer. So maybe they don't have the same communication skills.
Right. To impart the knowledge.
Right. So, or maybe that person wasn't trained. Why weren't they trained? Because they missed the training. And so why didn't our system flag that they missed the training?
Right.
And they didn't get refresher training. So we need to look when we're addressing non-conformances, we do the correction, right? That's the immediate action to mitigate whatever the issue was.
Yes.
But then we need to delve deeper into why did that happen? So we always recommend that there are tools that we can use, right? One of my favorites is a fishbone diagram, which looks at all the inputs into the system.
Right.
Right? Instead of a lot of people like 5 whys because it is easy.
Yes.
But 5 whys is really good for someone, when the action that was or wasn't done was by a person. But we also need to think about the equipment, about the environment,
yes.
about our procedures. Was our procedure incorrect?
Yes.
And there are a number of other things that we need to add to that. So what I love about companies that are committed to continuous improvement is that they're always looking for opportunities to get better,
Right.
not just from what a compliance auditor might come in and see, but they also look at what their staff, their employees say.
Yes.
One of my favorite questions as an auditor to someone working on a line is, if you could change one thing about your job, what would it be?
Ah,
So, for example, there I was doing an audit and a gentleman had left a broom leaning against a piece of equipment.
okay.
Not a good thing.
Yes.
I, s- I said to him, "Is this a good place for that broom?" He said, "No, but I don't have time to take that broom back to where it belongs." So, what do you think the preventive action should be for that issue? To me, it was fairly simple. Give him a broom station close to where he's
When he
working,
was working. Yes.
right? It's not that he wasn't following the rules, right? It's he knows the rules, but he didn't have time to do it.
Yes. Yes.
So there's all sorts of things like that that we really need to help sites learn what is involved in a proper root cause analysis.
Yes. Yes.
And auditors often don't push the site to go further. As I think I've mentioned before, some sites really believe in continuous improvement and they always go that extra step to try
Yes.
and prevent it from happening again. But other sites really, they just want that certificate.
Yes. They do the
Be
minimum amount, the minimum.
the minimum, right? Because they need that certificate. Otherwise, their customers, the retailers, won't take their product. But do they really believe in food safety? And I feel that that's not something that one can even think about, right? Like everybody should be concerned about food safety.
Yes, but even the auditors have the responsibility of reviewing the root cause analysis that is presented to them, when they get the
Yes,
corrections. And they should take a look and say, does this root cause analysis make sense? Does the preventive action make sense? Will the non-conformance happen in the future? It's the auditor's responsibility when they're reviewing the corrections
but
to
often,
go back to the site and ask a few questions.
but we also have to remember that corrective actions are often submitted a month after the audit. The auditor is on the road doing more audits,
Mhm.
and they also just want to be finished with
With
this.
that site.
And we perhaps we don't train our auditors enough on what a good root cause
Yes.
should look like. Perhaps it's on us to teach both auditors and sites what is involved in a good root
I'm glad
cause.
you said that because as an ATP, I spend a lot of time on that and
Yes,
also have them practice writing um, root cause analysis and writing preventive action plans. A lot of times, the preventive action plans resemble corrective actions, and they're not
yes,
thinking ahead at
right.
preventing the non-conformance. So you make a good point there. As trainers, we do need to spend time with the sites and also with the auditors that we train so that they realize the
Yeah.
importance of this and how to do it. How? Yeah.
And that is the most important end part of an audit,
Yes,
right? And we sometimes don't give enough time and consideration to that.
yes. But I do think people working on the production floor, generally they want to do the right thing, but they
Yes.
need the tools. They need management to provide them with the tools, whether it's training, know-how, reinforcement, proper supervision. They need the tools to be successful. And some sites don't realize that. They just put the people, they say, pack a box, and I'll check back with you at the end of the day.
And they need a strong food safety culture.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So that's a whole topic by itself.
Oh, yes, it is. It is. Absolutely.
Starting at the top and trickling down to everybody, or trickling up as the case might be.
I think it has to go both ways.
Yes.
Right? I'd like to tell you a little story. I was once auditing a site and I went to interview a young lady working on the line, and I asked her if she had time to answer a few questions. And she said, "Yes, ma'am." And I sort of looked a little at the ma'am, but anyway, she said, "But you're not wearing your hairnet properly." And I said, "Oh, thank you. Let me go fix my hairnet, wash my hands. And if you still have time, I'd like to ask you some questions."
Yes.
But I was so impressed that that young lady told me, the mean auditor,
Yes.
that I was doing something wrong.
Yes.
And that spoke to me about the culture of that organization.
Yes.
And that really we're a team. We have to work all together to make sure that we're all following the rules.
Right.
Without any fear of reprisal or anything else.
Excellent.
And I said, "Thank you very much" to her. Like, I was so impressed.
Yes, definitely. So it in that case, you know that she was trained well and she had the confidence.
Yes.
To speak up.
Yes,
that was
absolutely.
Excellent.
I would like to see that in more plants.
Yes, yes.
Well, not that I want to do something wrong.
I know. But... I do. Yes, yes. If they have the courage to speak to the auditor and point out, the auditor is not God on the floor, and having the courage to speak to anyone about what is acceptable food safety is quite important.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for leading us in this discussion today on, like continuous improvement in food safety at the sites. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jenny-Lyn, for the opportunity.
Please hit the like button, like our video, and remember to subscribe to the channel Food Safety Smart so you can be notified every time we interview another amazing food scientist. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you.